How we do it? There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about those first few minutes with no audio. Once again, Lunchbox, that's over here to my left, Devin Danger, the current CWA Central Valley champion. So, Devin, let's talk about that for a little bit because I met you a few years ago. Oddly enough, at my place of business, you just happened to be wearing a New Japan shirt.
Very true.
I was wearing a Naito shirt on under my work uniform. And I remember just being like, yo, man, when we start talking about New Japan, I'm like, hey, dude, you kind of look like a wrestler. Like,
True.
and you were like, actually, I'm yours. Yeah.
Was I working the show like a couple weeks later that you were announcing on?
It wasn't that soon thereafter, but I remember you told me you were a worker, and I told you, I work with Blacklist Pro Wrestling. You're like, I'm actually talking to them, not coming to work.
That's right.
And then that was right as COVID started to get ready to shut us all down.
Yes.
And so COVID shut us down. Yeah, COVID shut us down. And then the first show back, we had CWA and Blacklist back to back that night. And you happened to be working CWA. And so when I asked you, hey, are you gonna go on back home to Hollister, and you're like, no, I'm gonna go crash an LB. And I was like, oh, well, I live in Los Angeles. And then we stopped. We're like, wait a minute. I mean, you were at a gas station last year.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
Yeah, give us a little bit of history, man. What got you into wrestling, both in a fan aspect and then in the pro aspect? Like, how did that all come to be?
I guess. Oh God, I don't really like. Everyone has like a poignant moment where they remember, like they were like, yeah, that's when I started watching wrestling with my dad. I have no fucking clue. Like I know, like I knew who Hulk Hogan was. I knew who Randy Savage was. I knew all the people, but I just didn't like. I guess I didn't know where to like consistently watch it. So I just watched it like sparingly.
Right,
and
like
then, like
random Saturdays, like
yeah, I catch it randomly. So like,
okay,
I mean, fuck, I love characters. I love movies. I love just bigger than life shit. So it was amazing to me. And the day I was like, yeah, I want to do that shit. I walked into my brother's house, opened the door, and they have a TV right next to the door. I opened the door, and as soon as I opened the door, Mick Foley gets tossed off the table. She goes to the table. I was like, I want to do that shit. Yeah.
So, real quick, hey, what's up, Jordan? Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. So, when you say you wanted to do that shit, did you want to be hurled from the cage, or did you want to hurl somebody from the cage?
Both.
Okay.
I want to do both. I'm not. I mean, hey, I'm gonna get. I'm not gonna just stop someone. I'll see you later. I'll take it. No, I just like that was it. I was like, dude, that's fucking rad. And like just watching the rest of the match, was like, that's fucking rad. Because Mick Foley looks like an average dude.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he's not built. He's like, he's just an average guy.
Right, average guy in a weird leather mask at the time.
Yeah.
Looks kind of grungy, looks kind of dingy. Almost looks like the homeless guy down the street for real.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm pretty sure I've ran into a guy who was wearing that kind of mask before. Maybe made out of underwear. I don't know.
So is that what kind of gave you the whole? I want to, I can do this because I don't have to be that. I don't have to be that macho man. I don't have to be that Hulk Hogan. I could still be an ordinary average looking dude.
Like we picked the first dude that I was like, yeah, you're just fucking like average. He's like, yeah, I won't try this shit. I won't do it. I don't like her knife. You know, I can't try it. I don't know. Just registered in my head. I was like, ooh, I want to do it. How do I do it? I always wanted to be a stuntman. So I was look like a fucking stuntman doing stuntman shit. Oh, cool.
Okay, so is that where it started? So where did the process lead you from that?
Started doing backyard stuff with some buddies, which many people do, but we wouldn't do like some of the sounds. We would try to operate as professional as possible. Doing backyard stuff, stupid. Like we would do professionally, guys. Yeah, not knowing, not being trained at all or anything like that. We're just kind of like, yeah, we should do that. Just fucking try to analyze what they were doing as well as good as good. So we did it as proper as we could.
See, it's funny that you put it that way because I did the same thing because that era was the rise of backyard wrestling.
Yeah.
And those of us who were old enough to go into a wrestling school or had no money to go into a wrestling school, either or, we got together with our boys who watched wrestling and just decided we were going to go ahead emulate it ourselves. And of course, we like the cookie sheets and the trash can lids, but we weren't out there throwing barbed wire. We weren't out there lighting each other on fire. There was certainly no light bulb going on. And my mom actually used to come, because we would grab all of our gimmicks and go down to the park, and we'd take like you remember the popcorn tins you used to get for Christmas? Okay, so we take those and like we blast each other with those, and popcorn flying, and we'd attract crowds of 50, 60 kids all the time.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where every time we do it, some Karen would show up and be like, "I'm calling the cops because you guys are fighting."
Of course.
And eventually we got to the point where my mom was like, "If you guys are practicing and trying to keep each other safe,
yeah,
I will go to your shows and I will vouch when the cops show up. I will be the parent who talk to cops." And after that, we never had a problem. Like cops would show up, and as soon as they saw my mom was there, they'd talk to her, of course, because they're an adult in charge. Yeah, this is just pro wrestling stuff. You guys aren't trying to hurt each other. Well, we're not trying, but shit happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. No thumbtacks, no glass, no. All right, cool. Go ahead. So, all right. So you do the backyard thing.
Yeah. So, the backyard thing. Same thing. Like we were just doing it in my best friend's grandma's backyard, and like she didn't care. She was just like, at least they're not doing drugs. Just like, okay, cool, man.
Yeah, you ever notice how it's never it's none of you or your boy's own backyard. It's always grandma's backyard, cousin's backyard. Like somebody.
We did it once in my backyard. Like at that time, my dad was very particular about his garden and his plants. He fucked a few of those up. Yeah, that was bad. So I was like, no, back to your grandma's house. We're not doing it here ever again. So we did that. Like some dudes in our town, like I guess some dudes in our town showed up with his whole family to the show one night. Like brought like 10 kids in, and, like his wife and like his sister, and we were like, how many people know we're this? So they just showed up. Like,
did you guys promote? Were you flyering or anything? Or?
Not really. We did a little bit, but like nobody's ever gonna show up. We're in a fucking movie community. Who's gonna get in here? No one's gonna be able to get in here. You have to know someone to get in.
So they must have.
So
or they waited behind the car and snuck in. Like,
no, I was like, well, okay, they came in, they paid. We were like, all right, we were like $10 a head. They're like, here you go. So we're like, okay, cool. And then we just started. They started showing up every week, every Saturday, and they would bring more people. And then one fucking Saturday, he showed up with Kirk White, dude. And we were like, who the fuck is this guy?
All right, so go ahead for the uninitiated. Explain the legacy of Kirk White.
Kirk White just read BTW forever and a day until his sad passing.
By the way, for those of you who are not in the NorCal area or in the know, because this show is mostly broadcast live on Pirate Flag Radio at WPFR out of Bristol, Virginia, and over there in Tennessee. So most of our listeners are going to be familiar with who BTW is. Mike Bannock is probably screaming right now because he knows what BTW is.
Yeah. So big time wrestling in California. There's big time wrestling on the East Coast as well. So big time wrestling in California. Kirk just ran that forever and a day, and that's where I started. I started training out of there in 2000, 2001, somewhere in there, 2000, and with Jason Styles, and then I came up through there. Like Kirk watched one of our shows in the backyard, and he was like, "All right, you guys want to stop doing this shit and actually do it for real?" We're like, "Well, yeah, we have no fucking clue how though, dude." He booked it. He had a show like 2 weeks later. He's like, "Just show up and we'll start training before the show." And they started training. Like that was our first training. It was like an hour of training before a show. Then we watched the show, and then we just helped break down everything. And we just kept coming up for 3 months, training until the dude who showed up to the backyard eventually bought a ring and rented a warehouse for us to train.
No shit.
Down in Hollister. And I was just like, we're like, okay, cool, like awesome. And Jason would come down and train us. He'd come down once a week and train us the rest of the week. We just do whatever the fuck we wanted to. Jason would come down, show us everything, and train us, make sure we're all fucking solid. And then the rest of the week, we were like, just fucking practice it. Don't do anything stupid. Yeah, we did a lot of stupid shit, and I credit all the stupid shit. Well, why I'm not afraid to try anything, in the ring. There's certain moves I don't take well, and I will not embarrass the other person by trying to take it for them. I'm just like, nah,
All right.
But, like, I'm willing to try shit just because you never know what's gonna fucking hit.
Right, absolutely. Now that being said, we'll segue for a second. You told me one of the most basic moves that you cannot take. Would you please tell the audience out here on Pirate Flag Radio what that move is? Because when you told me this, I almost fell out your truck laughing.
Yeah, I will shit the bed every time on a fucking fireman's carry. I cannot fucking go. I can't go over straight and fucking take my life. Like, literally, dude, I fucking end up behind the person.
Like, is it like an internal tick? Is it?
No, like some like from day one, trying to teach it. Like, I think I've taken it correctly maybe 5 times in my life. Otherwise, it's just like, and everyone's scared because it looks like I'm gonna die. Looks like I'm gonna die. So I was like, no, I won't do it.
I hope I'm never gonna pull you out of burning building. You're just keep sliding off my back.
No, that's the thing. I don't even slide. I flip and go backwards. Like, I go like the guy's doing this. I'm not going there. I'm going that way. Yeah, I have no idea.
All right.
Don't know. So I just don't take it. I'm just like, sorry guys, if it's in your move set, I'm sorry. I don't want to fuck up your shit. So I'm not even gonna try to like pretend that I can do it correctly.
Well, and that's fair. Like you want to keep everybody looking good. So you keep going on. At what was your opening moniker?
Opening moniker was just different danger. I was supposed to be a stuntman. I was a stuntman.
So this has been the moniker since you started.
Yeah, I've never had any other name.
No shit.
And this was like literally like the show's on Saturday. We're training Friday night to brush up on shit, and none of us had get it fixed yet. And Jason was like, "What's the fucking name?" Devin Danger. Like Daredevil's like one of my favorite characters. I always wanted them to like be like just in my head. I was like, yeah, I'm like stuntman. I don't know, like fuck. And I just fucking stuff with that. It's just fucking it's gone to like different fucking shit. There's always been Devin Danger. Never did since like 2007. Never been anything different.
Well, I mean, okay, so I mean, I know you've never been anything different than Danger. Danger's always in the moniker, of course. You know, there not too long ago there was Danger the Hunter, where you're just showing up mauling people. And then, of course, currently, as you can see behind us, the hat, the chain, the skull, lately has been the Dread Pirate Danger.
Yes, sir.
Oh God, here we go. So there are times I do wonder if you just have literal multiple personalities lurking in you. Because
sometimes they don't lurk. They link it.
So and what? By the way, I'm now joined by the captain of the legendary vessel Cristo de la Manzana.
Yes, sir.
Dread Pirate Danger, and what brought this about? Because all this like it was just Devin Danger Bike Club badass, and then all of a sudden I go to a CCW around the corner in Los Banos, and there's a fucking pirate, and it looks like that same guy.
Alright. Back to the honestly, it was like I was at a point I was like, I'm just gonna throw shit against the wall and see what sticks. Because up to that point I wasn't being genuine to it. To like whatever I wanted. Like I said, the Never Danger character was just like, yeah, that's my name. I'm Sunman, huh? Like
right, and
no depth to the character, in which I'm a person who loves characters with depth. I love characters that's just like face value is what you get, that's what you get. But I mean I want to tell a backstory. I want to be able to that's where I pull all the shit from. Like I give all my characters a backstory. That's what do that say, dude? Like I have backstory for like shit that you'll never hear about, shit that the fans would never know. Shit, like I have backstory fucking for everything, and it's like deep backstory from like childhood trauma for these characters, or like all kinds of shit. And it's just like it allows me to pull layers. It gives me something to pull from when I'm in those characters.
So those things give you the depth. Because one of the things I did notice when I started following you on Instagram right after we started working together a lot was that you are noted down as an actor.
Yeah.
Not just a wrestler, but an actor.
Yeah.
So like, were you a drama kid? Where did that come from? Because
I was back So I was always made fun of. So I never participated in anything like that. I like to juggle sports because I could like hide. So I was just playing sports. Like sports made sense. Sports was like easy. Easy, fucking easy sports. Didn't fucking think about it. So being in front of people, that was my fucking worst fear. Yeah, my worst fucking fear in the world. But always speaking, speaking in front of people. No, I don't want to do it. But I always get ridiculed for shit. So I never went into drama, never did that. I just was it. I'm crazy. I just do this shit by myself at home. Like with the I do shit. That was it. I was just like I would act all the shit out. So like fucking I never felt accepted by anyone, so I never fucking did shit with anyone. Wrestling was the only thing that like made sense because of sports and that together.
Okay.
So once I got it, once I was like, oh yeah, it's just sports with acting.
So you said acting and stunt work.
Yeah, it encompasses all that. So I was like, yeah, I'll just give it a shot. It's just stuff that I wasn't. You have a click until you're like really past the time where you can like do shit.
You know that happens to everybody. But remember, in the great words of 3 Days Grace, it's not too late. It's never too late.
Yeah.
I mean, as we discussed, you're the current Central Valley champion over at CWA, the former PS Jesus of the up at World War Z, former Blacklist Pro Tag Team champion.
This is true.
Former East Bay Tag Team champion.
Longest reigning tag team champion.
Former Next Level Pro Heavyweight champion. So I mean, you've been around. You've been around collecting titles, collecting gold. You know, doing the damn thing. But yet, it all just started with watching Mick Foley get launched off the cage, and then running into Kirk White and Jason Styles.
Pretty much. Yeah, no, it was. And through both of those guys, like I was met a bunch of people that had no idea what I was ever associated with.
Give us some examples.
I don't know. Always working with Bret Hart whenever he was around Kirk became like best friend. So always wanted to hang, I was like randomly hung around with Bret Hart. It was weird. So like this is kind of like this was happening to everybody. All right, so just, all the names he brought in, I would get. We would just have to like be in the locker room with him. We would kind of get to hang out with him. I used to fucking shoot the shit with him. Like one of the first people I got to sit for a couple hours with, he just bullshit was Punk down there. And this is just like he was on Kirk's show the night before, and then we were by random happenstance, we were me, my tag partner, and we were all doing a show in Bakersfield. And the three of us showed up way early. We was still in the locker room. He kicked the stories about like pulling guns out on people because they feel they were gonna fucking kill us. I'm like, well, the fuck did I get myself into? Like, this shit happens? Oh, I thought we were just fucking around the ring. He's like, yeah. So he's like, yeah, no, it's like the ground was little. Like, oh shit. All right, you wasn't wrong. I've always been stabbed many times. like you do your job right as a heel. Yeah, no, you should be.
You should feel threatened at times.
Yeah. Okay. You should be like, is this fucking up my car right now? Like, you know, like, no, you did. No, it's like him. Like, sit down with Mick Foley, fucking, the Dreamer. We just and bullshit with them. Not, hey, what's the business I did for you? No, actually talking about life shit. Bullshit. And, like, do things, just we did it with Luther, Montana.
I was about to say before we get to this match, because we do need to get there. You did tell me an outstanding story because when we worked together at Santa and the Grinch respectively was when you told me when we both found out that we were both huge Foley fans. Like
yes,
that's both our guys.
Yes, sir.
You know, and so you gave me this story about the loop in Montana with Mick Foley. Go ahead and tell us the story from leaving and driving, the relevance of that, and then the end game.
So that is a long ass fucking job. So we piled a bunch of people flew the show, flew the first show, and we're getting a rental car. Get from there. After that first show, we decided all the way to Montana and through the whole loop and back. So we do this drive, get there, and we're all fucking exhausted, right? And we're meeting everyone, saying hi to everybody, and Nick's asking people like, "Hey, you guys get here, whatnot?" Because he only drives his spot.
Right.
And he gets up, he's like, "Hey, when did you guys get in?" Oh, we got in like maybe an hour ago. Oh, really? It was a flight? Like, no, we drove here. He's like, oh, shit, like it's an 18-hour drive just to get to the first place. And that's like how he's driving through the whole loop and then having to drive home. He was just like, and they're like, he was kind of like, from then on, he's kind of fucking because he took the time to do the drive. And like, if you know anything about workers, it's like, do the drive. Like, that's part of being a worker. Do the drive. Doesn't matter if you're doing it by yourself, doing the car for people. Do the drive. There's a point to it. And after that, he was just like, yeah, I'm fucking with these people. Everyone who flew here, fuck off, pretty much. Like, I'm not gonna hang out with you. I'm hanging out with people that get the drive. So he would meet up with us every town. He'd go, hey, where are we eating at? Where are we eating at? What are we doing? And get to the town. Let's go eat. All right, go eat. Every town, and then end of the loop, we're all taking off the last show. Like meet me in my room. Just gonna hang out, talk about 2 hours, and bullshit, talk about life. Not he wasn't. We weren't asking him shit. He was asking us about our life. What's your life like when you're not doing this shit? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Oh, but he gave a shit. It wasn't just straight small talk. He gave a shit. Like, this is Brad. He is a regular guy. He is a regular person.
Right. The whole, you see these characters are larger than life, but who's the person behind the character?
Yeah.
And that's always been the discussion on Foley, especially when you read his books, and they're all handwritten. The guy never busted out a computer or a typewriter in his life. He just wrote.
Right? It's wild. He genuinely gave a shit about our lives. Why we bother to make an 18-hour drive for nothing close to what he probably got paid. But in that drive, I think, we same thing with Tommy Jr. He had now those two this drive. So we were palling around with like just go eat the Tommy Jr. and get bored. I got an argument about Tommy Jr. about the face. For no other reason than I was just like, I want to buy dinner for him. And like, it was me being fucking a little bit autistic. I'm paying for dinner. Like, I'm arguing with him, like, no, I'm paying. He's like, I got money, dude. Like, I got money too.
And did you?
I did. I was like, look, make a deal. I'll pay for dinner. You need to pay. He's just like, all right. I was just like that shit. Like, I'm not, like, fuck. He's one of my favorites because he's an average dude. He's one of my favorites. He's an average dude.
Yeah.
He's not fucking small, big, fucking, no, he's just an average dude. But he fucking killed it in his, whatever, like, the lane he lived in for wrestling, he killed it.
Yeah.
It was Nick. The lane he lived in, killed it. Like, they weren't trying to switch lanes. They stayed in their lane until the other lane came to them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's unquestionable. And well, the thing about Foley, especially, I mean, I love Tommy Dreamer,
Yeah.
but Mick Foley, like, I was listening to another podcast one time. Sorry, I think it might have been something wrestling, and Conrad talks about in the greatest in the Attitude Era and when wrestling was the biggest, they talk about your Rocks, your Triple H's, your Undertakers, your Stone Cold, your Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, but every one of them, the biggest common denominator is Foley. And every time they touched with Foley, it elevated them. I mean, you can still argue that Mind Games is Shawn Michaels' best match ever. Of the portfolio. I mean, outside of maybe him and Kurt Angle at Mania. But even still, you can make the argument, and Mick Foley will still say that was his best match ever. Taker was huge, but that feud with the initial Evil Mankind was what really, it was the first time you really believed any of these monsters could actually stop Taker. That made Giant Gonzalez. We always know how that turned out. But anyway, so This is a wrestling show. We are going to call us a match. We got to get there. You and me, we could spin tails for hours. It's one of the reasons why when we make the drive, you know, we tend to do it together and we squeeze 4 hours of conversation into a 2-hour drive. Now, so, oh God. So when I scour the internet, I usually try and find something that's kind of low views, not huge. This is a casket match, just because that's been the theme of the day. Matter of fact, 2 weeks in Sanger, we'll be watching Harshaw Smith defend his CWA Heavyweight Championship against truly terrific Tim Kelly in a casket match.
I like the name.
So that made me just say, you know what, let's pull up the casket match. Let's deviate from the norm on death matches.
That to me is death match. Going in a casket.
I mean, when you think about it,
It's the same.
So anyway, this match is on the Rugged Pro Wrestling YouTube. That's Rugged, RUGGED, all capitals, Pro. That's one word, Rugged Pro Wrestling. And it's a casket match, spelled just like it sounds, RPW Heritage title match. Jimmy Wilde, that's WYLDE, who is your champion, versus Gable Galileo. That is the most, like, porn star wrestling name I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and give you a chance to get that pulled up over there on your side. Okay. Full screen real quick. All right, man, that guy's got a hell of an afro. Okay, so if you've got this pulled up, you should see a guy who might be Carlito's son. I'm not sure. So once again, that casket match, RPW Heritage title match. Jimmy Wilde versus Gable Galileo. Mr. Dread Pirate.
Is this Gable right here?
I don't know yet.
They have a title, so I'm assuming it's Gable got a name.
I would think so. Go ahead and give me a countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Gable Galileo on his way to the ring for this explosive casket match. I am Austin Fouts, and I'm joined by none other than Daniel Rhodes. Daniel, how we doing?
I'm doing awesome, Austin. Excited to be here today.
Absolutely. You can see there, Gable Galileo willing to do anything that he has to do to regain his Rugged Pro Wrestling Heritage Championship here tonight.
I'll kill the commentary in a minute.
Rugged Pro Heritage Champion.
Fighting words from Gable Galileo.
I'm not sure where this is at.
Now, I don't know about you, Daniel, but I am not a fan of caskets. I have no interest in being locked inside of one.
I don't know.
Let alone being locked inside of one after I've been beaten to a black hole.
I mean, me neither, Austin. It's quite a scary thought to think of.
Absolutely. And you saw what happened last time.
I was not impressed with their commentary. It looks like they got two dudes that want to sound like Joey Styles out here. I don't even like the way Joey Styles sounds anyway.
They don't like you. They don't like you.
Okay, so do you think this is a basketball gym? Because I saw hoops back there. It's just like a youth group thing.
It's a big deal. Let's see the big C sign in the back.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, maybe it's displaying numbers. No, there's basketball hoops.
I saw the hoops, but I mean they're not fixed to the wall. So
It's a multi-purpose room.
all right, here comes our champion. Let's go ahead.
There he is, the Dirt Dog. Looking awfully great there. You know, both these men they're wearing the jeans. You know, the old trying to pay homage back to the old days. You know, when you're in a brawl like this, you got to wear your jeans.
I mean, I don't know what you think, Austin, but I think Jimmy looks good in that denim right there.
Oh, absolutely. He looks like a superstar. Look at that, especially with that beautiful Rugged Pro Wrestling Heritage Champion up in the sky. There he is, the Dirt Dog, Jimmy Wilde, everybody.
The Dirt Dog, Jimmy Wilde. No, throw the audio back on that. This guy looks like Bart Gunn's illegitimate son. Oh, he's already. If you're watching along with us here on Pirate Flag Radio, the Dirt Dog, Jimmy Wilde, like went up to climb up to the second rope to present his title, and he's already split.
Doesn't bode well for the rest of the match.
Oh, let's hear this announcement.
Last month. Oh, here we go. Matthew Hayden in the ring with the announcements.
Weighing at 200 pounds, he is the center of the universe.
Very interesting. Max Chill not out at ringside with Gable today.
I'm giving it up for the announcer Restream Wrestling.
Pennsylvania, weighing in at 165 pounds, he is the reigning, defending,
Oh, cheap shot by Gable Galileo. Nothing new here.
There goes the bell.
Give it up to the referees, guys. Elbow pad.
They're on their way right now. No love lost between these two. Let me tell you.
Oh, I was a solid headbutt. Okay, so we got a solid headbutt. It looked like he thought about it. Duck under.
All right.
Flying head scissors by Jimmy Wild. Ooh. Oh, I think he actually cracked him on that one. Oh, this Jimmy Wildcat can fly a little bit. A couple head scissors, a little springboard head scissor action. Don't believe us, just ask CJ Dirt.
Yes, exactly. CJ knows.
All right.
Good boot. Oh. Oh.
This was the part I was watching where I was like, wow, this commentary sucks. All right, so Galileo's got Wild out there on the apron, step up into Gary, and then what?
Springboard. Did it.
It didn't quite hit that springboard.
The ropes fall. The ropes are loose.
This cameraman sucks, dude.
Ooh. Interesting. Well,
Interesting clothesline there. And look at this kid run out of the way. That kid's the fuck up right out of there.
I'm going.
There's people throwing paper balls. And in this bingo hall, what would you guesstimate? About 60, 70 people?
Yeah, I'd give it about 70 people.
Okay. Which, I mean, not that we haven't done shows together that are less well attended at all, but still, like, this supposed to be a big deal. Okay, it is a basketball arena because you can see the court lines there. Yeah. And this crowd is just disrespectful. Look at them throwing paper in the ring. Whoa!
What the
There's somebody. Hold on.
I knew something was up when we didn't see him.
They said some guy named Matt trying to interrupt. And this guy looks like he was taking a mayhem
Oh,
costume.
slamming Jimmy right into that casket. Gable Galileo doing the same.
But yet the other guy still got his on. Gable Galileo still rocking his shirt. That apparently was his.
It was my title! I was the first ever!
Dude, someone's got a baby. Like an infant. And then there's toddlers.
Disgusting actions from Max Chill. Big shocker. You know, what a crazy idea it would be to have a nice even matchup.
You really expect Gable
Well, wait a
Galileo
minute.
to do such a thing?
Jimmy Wild making his way back into the ring. Oh, and they just grabbing right back a hold of him. Gutting him right there. Big double suplex.
Commentary seemed like they just seemed perplexed as to what.
Oh yeah, these punks are proud. They're proud of what they're doing right now. They think they're on top of the world. Oh, that double
What the fuck kind of
spear
hookup for a spear was
combo.
that? The leg off the ground and something. You're more than spear expert than I am.
While getting thrown out of the ring right there, ladies
Yeah,
and
we can
gentlemen.
see you by 18%.
Oh, look at him.
Okay, there we go. All right, I'm turning this commentary off. These guys are bad. Okay, now this guy Matt, I think his name is, bound to Yeah, with Galileo. Something, yeah. And now continuing the beat down on Jimmy Wild over here.
So now it's a 2-on-1.
Well, it's a casket match. There are no disqualifications.
Oh yeah, I guess.
So, and definitely, of course, the shit-eating heel is definitely gonna, use that to his advantage. Well, I mean, this Jimmy Wild guy outside of that springboard miss, like he's been slick.
Yeah, there we go.
Beautiful tope suicida to the outside. And was that
still selling the back?
Was that table already down? I don't know if he's selling that. His back probably hurts after a couple of these. Like that clothesline fall was pretty ugly, and the 18% friction elimination spear was pretty bad.
Very true. What are we doing here?
See, and they stained the casket. They put a nice cross on it, but it's just a square box.
That's why your back's hurting, dude. No, no. Thank God to see the ball spot up.
All right, now we're back. One-on-one.
Ooh, okay.
Jimmy Wild throwing some harsh kicks. That's some Jerry Lynn shit right there. Man, he's laying that shit in right across his chest. All right. Snapmare. Oh, right across the back of the neck.
All right.
I missed the chance to catch the yelling.
Jimmy Wild looks like he belongs in the 80s, actually.
He does. Like this is the Van Dam of Pensacola, Florida, where this is being held at. Nope, this is that kick. See, and up to the second, to the bottom rope to the second. Nope. Oh, dude, Jimmy's trying to give it all to him, trying to help him out. All right, never mind. Let's do Styles Clash. Styles Clash.
Oh, nice. Okay. No pin? Oh, that's right.
Catch it. Now, why would you lay on a submission at this point?
You wouldn't.
Like, why would you even attempt a submission? You can't win by submission. Joe Dirt over here.
I mean, again, if anything, you're feeling it up more. I don't know.
Yeah, but you think, I mean, the story so far has been this title was taken from him. He wants it back so bad. So why is he not? Now he's stuck in the ring. Why is he
over to the casket?
Yeah. Like, accomplish the goal. Get your title back. All right, now we're heading to the casket. Bart Gunn Jr. here is laid out.
Like, how many farms balls? Wow, it kind of looks like Patrick Swayze.
He does, but you know what? He looks like a wrestler. He's yoked.
Yeah, no, he's doing his workout. I'm gonna do it. This can't be it. It's your fault.
Oh, yeah. All right, that's coming.
There we go.
Now you notice it's funny. We talked about how Homeboy's got the boots, but he's wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And now Bart Gunn Jr. Jimmy Wild is wearing kick pads and tennies.
Yeah. I know.
When I think
I'm a fan of wearing my gimmicks every time. Doesn't matter if it's Street Fighter. Like, why don't you just wear your gimmicks?
Well, I mean, you're also the guy that showed up, not only with his pirate gear, but with John Cena gear, which I was so happy to have my pillaging, plundering, and disrespect shirt that night. I appreciated it. Like when I remember I walked up to you and I was like, "You got any more of those for sale?" And you're like, "I made 3. I sold 1." And I was like, "So you got one for me?" I had it made just for you. All right, Jimmy Wild fighting his way out of the casket.
Go.
Redneck Wolverine over here. Fighting his way out.
Like I'm pretty sure he just shaved off his mugshot. Oh, nice.
Oh, dude,
Nice.
no, that was gorgeous combo. No, this Jimmy Wildcat can go, yeah.
Like, you know, just because I make fun of people doesn't mean I just like them.
Well, see, I'm gonna say
I just like that. I just like that.
Gable Galileo looked the whole time like he was surprised he was able to have this good of a match. Surprised by it. Like he's definitely the one that's getting his opportunity. He was the first time in history. He looks like he was a guy that, like on Jerry Springer in the early '90s.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. All right.
Gable Galileo with the what's the reverse DDT called again? I can never remember.
I just call reverse DDT. I just hit the head too many times to remember any of them hits for shit. Yeah. Hey, you know how this goes? Those are shit. Okay, yeah.
That's just stupid. I mean, hit the head so many times. Like next thing you know, you're gonna be like Chip Rogers. Every time you forget any detail, concussions, bro.
I grew up in the attitude era. We could put hands up for chairs.
Oh,
we were just taking shots to the head, dude.
What the fuck is he? Is a bag of something?
Bag of stuff. Oh, tax. You gotta have tax. Right? It's gotta be a bag of tax. Or Lego. I respected Lego. Lego is fucked up. Some tax not too bad.
Right,
Lego's fucked up.
At least the tax, you know what you're getting into. Yeah. Puncture wounds hurt less than blunt force trauma. No. So it's taking a long time to get this bag open. All right, here we go. Tie that bag, getting dumped. Tax. Yeah. They only bought like 2 packs down at the Dollar General around the corner from.
I used to just trade taxes back in the car. For some reason, it's a little off. Just in case.
Just in case you want your tax?
Yeah, just in case. Just in case. They use all these kinds of wrestlers.
I mean, wrestlers are like office supply salesmen. All right, here we go. Back with that reverse DDT. Lifts him up. Nope. Up and out the back door. Jimmy Wild. Reversal. Oh!
That's a flat back bump on this.
Oh!
Shit. Look at his Rick Rude in his face.
Rick Rude, that's what he looked like, and I haven't been able to fucking spit it out.
I love it.
Oh, dude. Yeah, he took that, dude. I was a full flat back leg.
He's got some good blood coming out. I like it. Excellent. That's why this guy's wearing the shirt. He's like, I gotta take taxes going on the shirt.
If you're following along, doing the watch along as you listen on Pirate Flag Radio, WPFR.com, like, holy shit. Like, Jimmy Wild is busted the fuck up from these attacks, dude.
How old is that? Is it recent?
I'll double check the date. I don't want to take it off full screen right now, but I'll double check the date before we go off there tonight. Somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Oh, cool.
Or at least that's where he's built from.
Dude, I'm not too sure he does that.
Oh yeah, no, these guys are laying it in on each other a little bit.
How about they do it? How about they do it?
Nope, blocked. Blocked it again. Oh, that was square in the junk.
Oh, yeah. Shit, what? Oh, what? How's that?
I think it was supposed to be like a tilt-a-whirl. Oh, and the lid has been on, and that's it.
Wild lid.
Jimmy Wild is still. Let's go ahead.
Dirt Dog! Wow! What a matchup! Give the man his title. Still your rugged pro wrestling heritage champion.
Overcoming all of the odds, Jimmy
Yeah,
Wild.
he swapped out before.
Probably want to get those tacks out of his back here soon.
Where's the commentator going?
The smile. Almost concerning. It's on the face of Jimmy Wild. After that devastating match, the fact that he can even get the slightest bit of a grin.
Yeah, this is all matter of course today.
Jimmy Wild calling for that microphone. I wonder what he has to say.
There's another mullet in the crowd.
The officials dragging the body of Gable Galileo to the back. And we're going to hear from the champ.
I can't see back there, man. Thank you. Tonight, Gable Galileo and I ended what's been brewing for months. For those of you who are here, the last show, you've seen what Gable did to me, right? I lay there lifeless in the middle of this ring as blood poured out of my head. I didn't know what I had left. I thought I was done. But Gable underestimated what Jimmy Wild's got, and his heart, his determination. Something around those guys that are going to go down. Tonight, I showed Gable once and for all. Jimmy Wild is the best professional wrestler in running pro wrestling.
Bold statement from Jimmy Wild.
Jimmy Wild is the best champion in running pro wrestling. Time to give up. I'm one of the best game around, but still get the recognition I deserve from some. Tonight, I proved once again that I am Jimmy Wild and I'm one of the very best. So I'm sending an open challenge. I'm saying a challenge to a man who thinks he's the best. A man who says he's the best. He wears the title around him.
You don't think what I'm
He's
thinking.
number one. But if you look at the card, look who's at the top, right? I'm challenging Jason Stripe at Rugged Mania, the Rugged Pro Championship.
Oh my God.
Are we going to see Jimmy two belts?
And let's see who the better man is, right? So, Jason Stripe at Rugged Mania. Guys, the old generation dies, the new generation rises to the top.
Wow. Oh my God, the challenge has been laid. Jimmy Wild, Jason Strife, the Rugged Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship at Rugged Mania 3. Oh my goodness. What a matchup that would be if Jason Strife accepts.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. All right, and so there you have it. Jimmy Wild retains his championship over Gable Galileo in a casket match. Devin, what did you think of that match?
I don't want to be a dick, dude. But
It's an audio show, and that's kind of why we're here.
like, and I mean, I probably had way worse than that. But like, you're right. The commentary was just lackluster. They didn't pull me into the match, which they should.
I feel like they could have did so much more. You know, the thing about it, it really was a much shorter match than I expected. I saw 21 minutes on there, and I figured it was gonna be a longer match than that, but it intro took a while.
Yeah.
And then just the whole thing, like Homeboy came out once, got DDT'd on the they double teamed him for about 2 minutes. He got double teamed on he got DDT'd on the casket, and then you know, we have thumbtack spots.
And like,
A lot of kicks.
and the music of the thumbtacks, it was just like an Olay, and he took a basketball shooting with a fucking thumbtack. It was like, do something a little creative, or like at least Galileo should put his foot into the thumbtack. Something. I don't know.
Like instead, I will say I like the pump fake there because 9 times out of 10, whoever brings out the tax is the one going into it.
Yeah.
So for them to do the setup and go for that reverse DDT again, he got him up high, wild out the back door, and so you're thinking, okay, Galileo's about to take those tacks, and he's got the shirt on, so of course he's gonna take the tax, and then the Olay.
Okay, no, yeah. I like the people get put into the tax, they don't do it themselves. That's good with people that like to do that all the time. It's really fun to watch.
So I don't know. I don't know how I felt about that match because I came out of it a real big fan of Jimmy Wild.
Yeah, no, I'm all in on Jimmy Wild.
Like I'm really sold on Jimmy Wild. As far as rugged goes,
I want merch.
yeah, I'd wear Jimmy Wild. I know, right? He's gonna start seeing random orders from California pop up. Who the fuck are these guys? Like,
I'll do it. I'll keep up on his shit. This was pure fact. It'd be great.
well, like, what if he's out here for some reason? Like, I get a black
But if you can see it,
rattle the mullet. But have him and CJ Dirt be a tag team.
Oh,
Mullet Mania is running wild, brothers. Mullet Mania. But yeah, like I can't diss on other wrestling companies too hard.
no.
But like for rugged to, like the camera was always at about a 60-degree angle. I don't know, and it always felt like the edge of the frame.
Yeah.
Was like whoever was to stage left was on the edge of the frame.
Yeah. I like the hard cam. I like that. It's just like I don't need a roving cam for like in ring action and he's throwing us outside. Give me like a hard cam and then like an alternate hard cam or something.
Right, or maybe a hard cam and a rover.
Yeah, like I could do that and then like the rover is great. Don't get me wrong. I love the angles of the corners and all that. But like I said, like this shit sometimes you need that other one to click the fucking switch to or
As a live fire commentator, I prefer a hard cam because I don't understand. And if you guys are listening out here who I work for, I don't understand why they always put the commentary booth in a corner.
Yeah.
And so next thing you know, and it's always the corner that the ref is directed to stand in. So like half the time I'm sitting there calling the match, and then when the ref's trying to be out the way, he's in my way.
Yeah.
And everybody I work for is like, let's not call what you see. Tell them what's going on in the ring. Narrate just like it's a baseball game. Pull the ropes out, crack his hanging out. He walks with a bit of a limp when he takes a step, but he might just be getting bored. Oh, now the ref's scratching his ass. Like, dude, like half the time, like I'll try if I'm within 10 feet of the ring, I'll get the ref's attention to go stand in the corner. And roving cameramen are also equally bad about this. Like, because I know they got to stay in corners. I know they got to hide. But why is it always my corner?
I understand that.
Like, I get to see the back of the cameraman's head and the ref's ass. Like, that's what I get in my corner half the time.
Damn. I'm sorry.
That's why I like being a roving. That's why I enjoy the roving commentator. Like, grab a wireless and walk it. Yeah, that's why I'll do that. Like, I've been capsized once or twice by a couple Federation owners because I'll take off from the booth because I get tired of like being sequestered in a corner there.
Nothing wrong with it. Why? There's no camera on you. Usually, generally,
yeah. Only between matches.
Yeah, so like why not be able to get up and walk around? If anything, you're bringing energy to the fans.
Well, there's been once or twice I've gotten in the way. Like, and I deserve the tongue lashing I got for that shit. I got in the way. I got to the point I was mildly drunk mildly ridiculously drunk
Okay.
and sitting on like girls' laps in the front row and stuff.
I get it.
Well,
Then you're taking away from.
yeah, and I'm taking away from the in-ring action.
Okay. I can see the negative for that.
But beyond that, once or twice I've been told like, hey, stay at the table, and I'm like, but I can't see. You know, how can I talk about what I can't see? I can't believe you brought these pretzels. I'm trying to do professional commentary here, and like they're so good.
I won't stop eating it.
Yeah.
Bad thing, really.
If you get a chance, check out the Dot Home Style Pretzels, the original Season's Breakfast Switch. Small town story, big time flavor.
He's addicted now.
It's over. No, I'm not even a pretzel guy. All right, so if you get a chance, man, I do recommend check out Rugged Pro Wrestling. Looks like they've got a pretty good scene wherever they're going on at. You know, they have a nice crowd there. People tend to show up. People follow the story.
Yeah, they're just like. To everyone out there, all the fans, we put a lot of work into this shit, even though we're not like big. At least I love telling stories. So if you've got guys wherever you are that are working on your indies out there that are taking the time to like tell a story or do like posts on their social media that like string together, give them some likes. Just pay attention to it. They're working their asses off for you. And it's probably a little bit for themselves. It's just fun to do, but like it makes it so much easier to follow. Some people like myself, I carry storylines from company to company, so you may only be able to figure it out if you follow my stuff. So just give them a like, check it out, see their stories. Don't just kind of like it's too long for me to watch. Take a minute and watch. Sometimes it's worth it.
Yeah, some of these guys really put in a lot of work. Specifically, like at the Ugly Graveyard Ship story last year, tremendously told. Of course, a personal story that I'm very into, that I had the honor of calling from start to finish, the whole Trip Rogers Jason Hastings saga that ran from October 23 to October 24. You know, we took a year to build that story, and it was a privilege. And they took it, and like you said, company to company.
Yeah.
Anywhere that those two were at together, they'd not do it. You know, they could be tagging together, and all of a sudden there'd be that hiccup. Trip would pull out that golden ticket, and you know, you're wondering if at Next Level Pro, all of a sudden, you know, I'm gonna come busting in the back door with a speaker calling a Blacklist Pro Heavyweight Championship match at Next Level. Yeah. Like they had it dialed in so well at Livingston. Like when they got in the ring and, you know, Trip almost super kicked Jason, we were a week away.
Yeah.
You know, those people that were in the know that attend Blacklist, attend CWA, they saw me sitting in the crowd with my family, and as soon as Trip, you know, grabbed, you know, backed up and about threw that kick, half that place looked over at me like, are we getting it? And I'm just like, nope, cash-in's on next Saturday, come CWA. Like, so, you know, support your independent wrestling crew. Check out Rugged Pro Wrestling on YouTube. And if you come across this and that's local to you, then go attend it. Buy a ticket. Get some Jimmy Wild merch. Buy me one. Send me, 2X over here. Like, shoot me a DM. I'll Venmo you the money.
Yeah.
Like, bring it over. So Devin, you know, thanks for coming down all the way from the hills or Monster Island or wherever the fuck it is you're from.
I was just on the ship today. I was sailing around.
So thank you for making it down. You know, taking a break from pillaging, plundering, and the occasion you did still show some disrespect to Gable Galileo.
I'm sorry.
But it's okay. I did too. But go ahead.
Hey, good luck. Made a good show.
Tell everybody where they can find you, both on the socials and, of course, in real life coming up here, especially if they're in the wrestling hub that is Northern Central California or the Bay Area.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a lot for me to remember stuff.
Yeah, you know, just a couple.
So, like, on Instagram, it's just the Dread Pirate, Danger. That's what I have to understand.
Yes, one word.
I change that shit all the time for stupid reasons.
Or you can look up Devin Danger.
Or Devin Danger, yeah, a bunch of people pop up. And next show is next weekend. I will be at East Bay Pro in Concord, California, close to Jayco Square Garden.
Jayco Square Garden.
For the 10th anniversary show, East Bay. Been on every single anniversary show since
Saturday night?
Saturday night.
At the den.
Yeah. Yeah. And after that,
1 week later,
Sanger.
California Wrestling Association Sanger Slam. Yes.
It's defend my title. My title, someone else's. It'll be mine forever. Just so you know. So all you guys know, yeah, it's mine forever. The forever title. My forever title.
Yeah, you told me it's one of the only belts you actually show respect to, which is scary. Who you defended against? I don't think that's been announced yet, so I don't know if you've
I have no clue. I've given it a few tries to figure out until I get there.
Okay.
Yep. And then, on the 25th, I'm back at Next Level Pro Wrestling. I haven't been there in a long time. It's definitely pretty cool. And then on the third, is it 31 days? The 31 days of this one?
Yes.
On the 31st, I will be in Alameda, California with Stars Wrestling.
So a nice full packed month for Devin Danger. Yeah. Like every weekend.
Dude, tired.
You might be. And then, I'm not sure if you're picking me up or you want to come get in my truck because we got to get that. We got to make sure the casket makes it to
Oh, I'll do it. I can do the trailer.
We'll figure that out.
Yep.
So you can check me out. I'm the Almighty Lunchbox on Instagram. That's one word, Almighty Lunchbox. And you can hear my voice upcoming at Best of the West next Saturday night in Lompoc, California from the Flower City Ballroom. Yes, Best of the West has brought me back for another one. And then I will also be the voice narrating the story at Sanger Slam CWA at Sanger MMA. Come on down. Brand new location. I don't have the address in front of me. Sorry about that, Jason. But brand new location, Sanger MMA. Go to California Wrestling Association either on Facebook or Instagram. Get your tickets through Eventbrite. It's going to be a hell of a show. So for myself, Devin Danger, y'all have a good night, and you can catch us at those future shows or in all your wives and mothers' dreams.